My name is Phaxx. Ever since I was little, I wanted to know the facts. So are you ready to go on a world tour with me to learn how to fulfill the Great Commission?
Now we're headed to Southeast Asia, the Kingdom of Cambodia, located in the southern part of the Indochina Peninsula. Cambodia has 15 million people and covers over 181 square kilometers. About half these 15 million people are under 22 years old. That means they love listening to the radio. 95% of the people are Buddhists, and the other 5% are either Muslim or Christian. There are 4,300 temples in Cambodia, and not that many churches. Buddhism was founded by an Indian prince around the year 500 BC, and now there are over 360 million followers of this religion. Most of the followers of Buddhism live in China, Japan, or Southeast Asia, where we're going right now.
He's going to be traveling with us. We're at Phnom Penh International Airport. Welcome to Cambodia. You need to find a taxi and a hotel and crash. Check out our new ride. This is our taxi. They also give me a scarf. Hey guys, it's Phaxx here and my brother. We're here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and we're going to meet some Christians and see how their daily life is here. This is Naram. She's going to be showing us around Phnom Penh. Nice to meet you.
We were in downtown Phnom Penh at a place called Wat Nam Hill.
She's going to be taking us to the top of the pavilion and introduce us to a couple of Christian students.
Built in 1373, it stands 88.5 feet above the ground and a lot of stairs.
My name's Mary.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
So, are you a Christian?
Yep.
Do you go to a Christian school?
Yes, I also go to a Christian school.
How old are you?
I'm 13.
So are there many Christians here?
Yes, yes, I think so.
What's the other religion?
Like Buddhist and like Hindu.
How do you think you could reach them?
I try to use my life to be a light to them, and I started talking about Jesus to them.
So FEBC has a Christian radio program. How do you think that could help the kids here?
I think they can help the kid to reach to Jesus, because I have listened to it a lot, and it talks a lot about Jesus, and it's so interesting.
Do a lot of kids have a radio here?
Well, actually, I think no, but they spend a time with families. They usually have a time with family in the evening, something like that. So, so most people, they like to listen to the radio, so they can, like the children can listen it with their family. Actually, my father did. He listened a lot to this, you know, this
FEBC?
Yes, and I also like it, and my brother also like it. My family also like it.
Do you think shipping a bunch here would help?
Yes.
Like Mary just said, a lot of families here listen to the radio. Also, a lot of kids and children. Mary, it was great to meet you. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me.
Then we went to the other side of the temple for my next interview.
So how did you first learn about Jesus?
I was born in a Christian family.
How did your parents hear about Jesus?
Well, after the Pol Pot region, my mother became an orphan. So there is a Christian organization, go there and tell her about the gospel.
So your grandparents were killed during the difficult times here in Cambodia?
Yes.
So what does being a Christian mean to you?
For me, I think it is the privilege for me to be a Christian, because not many people around the world can be a Christian. So I think this is really a great gift from God to me.
Do the kids out in the countryside have a radio in their homes?
No, they don't, because like one home they only have one radio, and some home they didn't have at all.
So what do you think would be the most effective way to reach the kids out in the countryside?
I think the kids in the countryside, they don't have a lot of like technology stuff, so radio is the best way for them.
Joanna, it was great to meet you, and we're going to do our best to get radios to the kids out in the countryside.
Thank you so much. I think they're really going to be exciting about this.
Goodbye.
After my interviews, we went inside the temple. It's really something to see the incredible detail and art these dedicated worshipers put into their statues of Buddha. I wanted to see more of the city, so we took off for the National Museum.
The
Behind me is the National Museum of Cambodia. If you look on the roof, the pointy things are actually snake tails. They believe that that is one of their gods, and it connects them between the spirit world and Earth.
Now Ram told me all about the ancient culture of the Khmer people, and we had a chance to look around the museum. Because they have some strict rules there, we are not allowed to film everything we saw. But it was really a beautiful place. Then off to downtown at night for a look around. Phnom Penh is one busy place at night.
We're in downtown Phnom Penh at night, and it's super crowded. And I smell something. I think we found what's cooking. I think it's a full cow. Now, I'm kind of hungry. I think we may need to find a different restaurant. Let's go find our car.
We found a cool restaurant and got a chance to see a traditional Cambodian dancer. Amazing!
Check out my gecko.
We also came face to face with some local wildlife.
My pet gecko. It's our third day here in Cambodia, and we're at the largest killing field in the country.
Killing field is a term used to describe a location where a great number of people were put to death. There are an estimated 20,000 such locations around Cambodia.
For a period of about 4 years, this country was ruled by a man named Pol Pot. During the Pol Pot regime,
It's estimated that 1.5 to 2 million people were killed or died of starvation.
Pol Pot thought by killing the highly educated and leadership, he could maintain control of the country. Pol Pot's forces were called the Khmer Rouge. They're the ones that committed all these murders. The holes you see behind me are former mass graves that were dug up in 1980. The government quit exhuming the bodies so the victims could rest in peace. There are literally human teeth laying all over the ground here from the Pol Pot regime.
Cambodia was completely devastated by war. Pol Pot was far more evil than I first imagined.
One of the things that the Khmer Rouge did was they wouldn't only kill the parents, but they killed the children and grandparents.
The devastation was brought to an end when Vietnam invaded and wiped out Pol Pot's armies. Today, the Cambodian government has built a monument to remember what happened here, so that it will never be repeated again. After this very heavy morning, we decided that we needed some fun, Cambodian style.
Oh my gosh. We're about to go into the kitchen where they cook the tarantulas. Yeah.
And how better to do that than over some nice deep-fried tarantulas? Yep, you heard me.
Behind me, stir-fried tarantulas. It's like when you ask your mom what's for dinner. Stir-fried spiders. These are spiders, like tarantulas, like the big ones. Yummy.
We took off the next day for the northern capital of Cambodia, Siem Reap.
Okay, we're headed to the airport. We're a little late, so I had to eat breakfast in the car. Left my passport on the plane. Welcome to Siem Reap.
Floods have been devastating the area. Entire sections of the city were almost impassable. We set out for Angkor Thom, one of the largest cities of the Khmer Empire.
Each of these statues is holding a piece of the Naga, the king cobra. We're at one of the outer walls at the Bayon Temple. Each one of these stone carvings depicts an event from daily life. Each one of these are hand carved in stone. This area used to be the capital of the Khmer Empire in the 13th century, and then it was moved to Phnom Penh. This place was totally abandoned. The jungle just rose up and covered it and nobody could see it. In 1860, a French explorer named Henry Mahmoud discovered this place and took all the jungle out, and look where we are. This whole field is where the warriors would train their elephants. The people here are awesome. They smile all the time. They even say the stones here smile.
Now we are heading to the famous Ta Prohm Temple, made famous in Hollywood blockbusters like Tomb Raider.
This temple was built in the late 12th century and abandoned by 1432. It was rediscovered in 1862 by Henry Mahmoud, the famous French explorer. He found temples all over Cambodia. Look what they have to do to keep this place up. This could crumble in any minute. They have to use metal poles to stabilize the structure.
It's easy to see why this place would be in a movie. There's no place like this on Earth. The next morning, you won't believe this. We got a chance to go airborne.
Let's go to the helicopter.
We are going airborne to see the world-famous Angkor Wat Temple. See the moat around the temple? It's 190 meters wide. That's 623 feet wide.
That was awesome. We're headed to get on a boat to go to the floating village.
We set out to the Tole Sap. It's the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia, and people live out on the lake. Talk about remote.
These are the boats that we're getting on. Let's go.
No pizza delivery out here. In fact, no nothing out here. No TV, no internet, but there is a radio.
You can see where there's huts, houses, all underwater from the flooding. It's been rough times around this village.
The flooding was intense, but we had a great time checking out probably the most unique village I've ever seen in my life. Literally a village on the water.
How cool is this guy? I wonder if my mom would approve of this. Let me have one at home. This lake is fed by the famous Mekong River back in China. It goes through Asia, through Cambodia, and into the China Sea. It's our last few minutes in Cambodia, but now we're all hot and sweaty, so we gotta go take a shower, head to the airport, and then to South Korea.
Now that we've toured Cambodia, you've seen the challenges and difficulties the people there face. Some areas in Cambodia are so remote, deep jungles, swamps, you have to take a boat to some places. It's crazy. That's where these guys come in. Radios are the most effective way of spreading the gospel all across Southeast Asia, and you can help. You and I can help Far East Broadcasting send radios across Cambodia. Go to my website at phoenixphaxx.com, check with your parents, and sign up now.
In Matthew chapter 28, Jesus says, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel." The Bible says, "How will they know unless they are told?" Phoenix Phaxx Pocket Guide to the Great Commission is brought to you by Far East Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Sunlight Curriculum.